Hey guys, I am here to talk about Vivo Barefoot shoes today. These are the two pairs that I own. These are the Primus Lite 3, and I believe these are the exact same style. It's just I bought this one from Vivo's website and this one from Amazon. They're ever so slightly different. You can see the soles are a little bit different, and the laces, although they look the same, this particular pair that I bought from Vivo's website, the laces, they're made out of the same material, but these laces stayed tied a little bit better than these did. But I'm gonna do a full story on how I got into Vivo Barefoot shoes for you. But I figured instead of looking at my face for this whole video, I would tell you the story of how I got into Vivo shoes, and just do it as a voiceover and show you me walking in these shoes. I'm in Target, I'm in the hospital, I'm on the trails, I'm out doing my half marathon that I walked in these shoes, and I absolutely love them. So I'm gonna do a review for you, tell you all about how I got into these shoes, and hashtag not sponsored. I'm just doing this because I love these shoes a whole lot. So let's get into my story. I first started wearing barefoot shoes when I saw a pair of interesting looking shoes on my chiropractor one day when I went in to get adjusted. They were an older model of Vivo barefoot shoes, and she explained to me that she wore them because she wanted to feel more in touch with the ground and with nature. I was kind of intrigued, even though I thought the shoes might look a little odd since they were different than anything I had ever seen before. But I went home and I looked them up and picked my favorite color, which is the teal you will see in a lot of these videos. Put them on and decided I was going to give them a try. I started out the very first day by wearing them to the hospital to work a 12-hour shift. That's pretty difficult because I am walking or standing for more than 12 hours, 12 to 12 and a half hours on, you can see these concrete floors. And it can be very tiring and very exhausting. So I was pretty concerned that my first day wearing them might have made a bad decision. But I can tell you, at the end of this 12-hour shift, I had 0 foot pain, my legs weren't tired, my knees weren't tired, my hips weren't tired. And those are all issues that I sort of thought were just normal with the job, being a nurse working such long shifts on the floor. Before the Vivos, I was wearing a pair of Brooks tennis shoes, but I've worn many shoes over the years, running shoes, nursing shoes, anything I thought looked like it had proper support for my feet. But the problem is, even shoes that have proper support often have a toe box that is shaped in sort of a narrow almond shape. That's just how shoes generally are made. And the compression of my toes over a 12-hour shift, not to mention the fact that it, caused me to be walking in an unnatural way, to have my toe box compressed, really was giving me a lot of foot pain, knee and hip pain. And over the years, I just sort of accepted that as normal. But my first 12-hour shift in the Vivo shoes, I honestly had 0 pain anywhere, not in my foot, hips, knees, legs, anything. I was so impressed that I decided I was going to attempt to walk a half marathon in them, which I don't run, so don't get excited. I'm certainly not a runner, but I wanted to see, well, let's just start walking and walk for like 4 hours on concrete and just see how they do. My chiropractor signed up to do the half marathon with me. You'll see her in some of these clips wearing, I think her shoes are orange. And we did it together. And at the end of the half marathon, which was, it's the Florida half marathon, it crosses 2 causeways and goes up and down the river. I honestly got done with the half marathon and turned to Michael, my boyfriend, and said, I want to do it again. I literally felt like I could walk a whole nother 13 miles in these shoes. Nothing was hurting. I had no cramps, no pain. My heels, my toes, my knees, my hips, everything felt fine for walking 13 miles. I was absolutely so impressed that these little shoes were able to do that. That afternoon after the half marathon, I came home and ordered a second pair of Vivo shoes so that now I have a pair I wear to work, and because it's a hospital, I can keep them separate from the shoes that I wear going about my daily life and running all of my errands. I was vlogging the day of the half marathon, and I thought I would put this clip in when Michael asked me how I felt after walking the 13 miles, because you can tell in this video how enthusiastic I am about how I feel and how my shoes held up. We did walk the whole thing. But I am not sore. I am not sore anywhere. But my feet never hurt at all. Not at all. Not in these Vivo shoes. I cannot believe I did the 13. And I'm not just saying this because I like these shoes. I'm being completely honest.
No, I know. You would have told me.
My feet did not hurt at all. They're not sore. They're not tired. I don't feel like I've walked on concrete for 13 miles in barefoot shoes at all.
On the road. You guys are on the road.
Like, my feet feel fine. I could, as far as my feet go, I could have turned around and done it again.
Wow. So, yeah, first thoughts for you. Was it fun? Did you have a good time?
I had so much fun.
Would you have had a good time without Dr. Polly?
I would have enjoyed it.
Okay.
But no, I just think she's just such an amazing human
I just
being.
wondered how fun was.
So fun to talk to. She's tribe vibe. Like, I absolutely love doing it with her. She had me laughing a lot of the time. And another thing I love about Vivo Barefoot, which they are trying to expand. Currently, only this is an available option in the United Kingdom. But they will actually take your shoes back, repair them if there's any possibility of repairing them, and then send them back to you. Sadly, that's not an option for those of us in the US yet, but they're attempting to expand it. Maybe that'll be an option for us soon. But if you do live in the UK and you have purchased these shoes, you should have instructions when you get your shoes on how to send them back. They'll email you to let you know they got them. Then they'll email you again when they're sending them back to you, and you can wear them all over again. So I think that's fantastic, and I certainly hope that this option becomes available to those of us in the United States or other places in the world soon. However, an option that is available to those of us in the US and Europe, and hopefully someday all over the planet, if your shoes get worn out and they are actually beyond repair, Vivo will actually send you a shipping label so that you can mail your Vivos back to them, and they will keep them safe. They will store them until they can figure out what to do with them sustainably so that they're not all winding up in a landfill. I think that's so cool that they do this. This option is available, as you can see. Right here on the Vivo website, under About, is where you would go to get your shipping label depending on where you are from. And it's free to you, it doesn't cost anything. And they will hang on to your shoes, and whenever there's an environmentally safe solution of what to do with them, they will sustainably dispose of them. I think that's so fantastic. Way to go, Vivos. I think it's safe to say now I am a barefoot shoe fanatic. I now own 4 pair of barefoot shoes, but my 2 Vivos are my absolute favorites. I love the color, I love how they feel, I love how they look, and I wear them literally everywhere that I go. Okay, to kind of wrap this up, I guess you can tell how much I love these shoes. These are a little bit more worn out so far because I've worn them non-stop than these are, but they're holding up pretty well so far, and I have washed them several times. I will generally wash them about once a week. These are my hospital ones, so they get more washing than the other one. But I have noticed huge changes. I don't have foot pain anymore. I have a bunion on my left foot, only on my left foot. My right big toe was actually operated on for a separate issue when I was a teenager. I have no bunion pain with these shoes. That I feel like is another story time in and of itself. But my toes never hurt. I'm a lot more balanced than I used to be before I found these shoes. I don't trip over things like I'm a very clumsy person. I could just walk a straight line and trip over something. And ever since I've started wearing these shoes, I've noticed I don't do that. I don't bump into things, knock into things, kick things. I never drag my toes and trip. I feel so stable and so balanced in these shoes, and I'm sure it's 100% because of how close my foot is to the ground and how my toes are able to splay out and make contact with the ground. So I'm a huge fan. I've told Michael over and over and over again, I would love to go upstairs to my closet and just donate every single pair of shoes I have that's not a barefoot shoe, and this is what I'm going to be in for the rest of my life, I'm pretty sure. Not exactly sure what I'm going to do when I have to dress up and go somewhere fancy, but fortunately those situations don't happen very often. This is my daily shoe. Absolutely love them. We'll be repurchasing them over and over and over again, especially with the Revivo plan and the ability to sustainably recycle these or give them new life. So that's my review. I couldn't say anything bad about them. I adore them so much, and this is it for me. All right, guys, have a good one. I will see you later.